Welcome to your questions segment of the Straight Red Card. All right, I won't do that voice anymore. That's just when I open up, right?
The Straight Red Card.
Welcome to the Straight Red Card. Oh, by the way, this is just. Did you see that headline? I don't know if the same headline you got. It said headline: Friends star dies suddenly, and I thought, oh my God, who died?
Matthew LeBlanc. He was in a car doing all that shit. What the fuck was it called? Top Speed, right? Not Top Speed. What the fuck was it called? Top Gear. Jesus Christ.
Here I thought it would be like Matthew Perry or somebody, and then it's like some guy. Because I stopped watching the show at some point. His name, I don't know his name. I don't remember him being on the show. He's not a friend star. He's a friend supporting role acting part. Maybe I'm wrong with that. Maybe he was in multiple episodes and I just don't remember him.
He's Gunther. Gunther died.
Yeah, I don't remember Gunther.
Gunther's the whatever the barista's bartender type thing. He's always behind the bar. You always hit on Rachel all the time.
Oh yeah, but he's not
bleach white blonde hair.
He's not a major character. I mean, I'm not saying we shouldn't be sad he died, but fuck you, Yahoo, for making me click on that. If you would have just had the title would have been Gunther, Friends actor dies suddenly, I would have been like, oh, that's too bad for Gunther, and I wouldn't have wasted my time clicking on it.
At the age of 59.
Yeah.
59? Looks so much older.
Prostate cancer.
Oh, rough.
Yeah, that's an ugly way to go.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Poor guy.
Pretty sure that's what it was because I read the article halfway through.
Yep. Diagnosed prostate cancer.
Okay.
Yeah, 2018.
So my brain does still work.
Hey.
So in this segment, this is
you are capable of reading articles and somewhat regurgitating them back.
Barely. So in this particular segment, we're going to take your questions. And sorry, I forgot to write down your names. So I'm just going to make up your names. Apologies. Sometimes I do that. And I just started a big, huge new fucking job today. So
Eric's a big boy. He's a big boy.
Yep. I am an executive director, and I'm not going to say of what, because I don't need you showing up my place of work. So big responsibilities today. And so we're trying to get these shows done even faster than usual. But the first question, yeah, right. Exactly. Good luck to us. The first question comes from Wax My Salamander with Gusto.
Another long name.
That's a long one.
And first, middle, and last?
It is. Okay. Wax My Salamander with Gusto. Okay. Dest to winger. That's the question. It's 3 words. Dest to winger. No. And no, we don't need him at winger. We need him at right back. And I know he's not the best defensive right back, but come on, people. What? We don't have what? You going to put Yedlin there? You're going to put Scally there later, maybe. Okay, I could see that. But who's Dest replacing when Reyna and Pulisic are healthy later on down the road? I don't think we need to do that.
In a different time, maybe you can make the argument and say, yeah, we should move Dest up a wing position. He'd be great there. He would be good there, actually.
He would be, yes.
He had far less defensive responsibilities, much more offensive. That'd be great. The problem is we've got 10 people who are doing really good in that position, and we have one person we have yet to integrate into the national team to play behind Dest as a right back. I mean, we have Yedlin, of course. We have Cannon. We have Moore and all that.
Cannon? Really?
Oh, no, I'm mentioning depth here.
All right.
But I'm just saying, there's no reason for us. We want to get the best players on the pitch, and quite frankly, having Dest and say a Weah and a Musa triangle run that right hand side was absolutely stellar to watch in Costa Rica.
Yeah,
but if we put Dest up as a winger, you're taking Weah off or you're benching Dest. What good does that do us?
I know, and I mean, you could come up with a scenario where in the 65th minute you need a goal, and you're like, okay, I'm taking whatever tired right winger's out, and I'm going to move Dest up into that position, and I'm going to pull in Scally to play that right back for the last 15 minutes because we need a goal to win or a goal to tie. Okay, I'm fine with that.
That wouldn't work because if Berhalter's sub pattern actually tells us anything, that is that Dest can only survive about 60 to 70 minutes.
Well, that's not all on Berhalter. I get what you're saying, but it's not all on Berhalter. Several times Dest has gone down and limped around the field. So
fair enough, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next question is Doggy humps Gregg's leg. That suits from, and it is why not Ramirez? Again, another a 3-word question. If you mean Christian Ramirez,
our fans a few words. Fans a few words.
Exactly. I like it. It's very Clint Eastwood. If you mean Christian Ramirez, yeah, he plays for Aberdeen, and when he played for MLS the last 2.5 seasons, he was nobody. Couldn't get much time at Houston. Couldn't get much time at and we brought this up already in the last show. Couldn't get much time when he was at LAFC briefly before being sent along to Houston. He's just not. I know he had some good moments with Minnesota, but that's a long time ago, folks. It's a long time ago. He's having great. He's doing great shit at Aberdeen. I get it, but Scotland is worse than MLS. I mean, you got Rangers and Celtic, and then no one else in that league. No one else like that would be that good. So I'm happy for him. If he keeps scoring like a nutcase and everybody else falls apart, sure, I'd say we consider him.
See, I messed up this topic because I thought we were talking about Ramirez from the Highlander, and he was a Spaniard, which made me excited because I thought, hey, we've got a decent striker coming in here.
You shit.
And then, whoops, lo and behold, we're talking about somebody who plays in Scotland. And much love to all my SPL fans or people out there. Good on you.
You faint confusion. Look at you.
But I faint not. No.
Yes.
No. But anyways, no. I'm sorry. It's Scotland.
Yeah. It's Aberdeen.
He's doing well and great for him. We can keep an eye on him. And in all honesty, I'm hoping Berhalter is watching his games back and saying, will this guy fit into my squad? Regardless of the league. Will he fit in my squad? And go from there.
Does he add verticality?
Yeah.
And that's really the key here. Yep.
He does.
And he does kind of. He's not slow. I mean, he's not a lumbering sort of Siabatu character, although I don't think Siabatu's that slow either. I think you could get more verticality out of Siabatu if you asked him to do that.
I think that's all tactical, quite frankly.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it is. Here's the big one, Brett. Whew. And it's from I Don't Have Ass Herpes. Well, congratulations. And it is the greatest. What's your greatest concern heading into the next window? Okay. I think Max just did a show on that and had like 5 concerns. But what's our greatest concern? That's a good question.
Okay, I've got 2.
You have 2? Why don't you start then?
I mean, obviously it defeats the purpose of saying what's your greatest concern. So I'll start with my first concern, which is my greater of the 2, I guess.
Yeah.
But Gregg reverts back to feeling comfortable instead of playing the players who offer the best chance of success.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely a concern. I mean, if he starts Acosta and Leggett, if he starts those guys, I don't think he's going to do it. It is a concern, though. But he makes them play too big of a role in either of the 2 games. That concerns me. My other concern at this point is center forward, because after Pepe, who? I mean, we said a lot of guys are just not stepping up right now, making it, maybe even opening the door for Altidore finally scored.
That is a concern.
I mean, yeah. So Zardes is hurt. Sargent's playing on a team that's straight up garbage.
So we talked about this. We talked about this specific position in our previous topics.
Yes.
Or we talked. You brought up you'd include Pepe, obviously, and then you'd bring in Sargent because we're looking at two games. Pepe's going to be playing the bulk of the minutes for both games, and our second striker, whoever it is, may get subbed in there if we need a spark off the bench or we need just somebody who can,
give
do all
Pepe
the dirty
a
work,
rest.
and give him a rest. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wasn't a huge. That's a long-term concern of ours. Obviously, who's filling in that second striker role because we definitely need more than just Pepe. And quite frankly, we've got such a small sample size of Pepe. And while I enjoyed the games that he's played so far, and he's arguably, like I said, he's moved up to my number one spot. But it's just a small sample size. We'll see what happens over the long haul. We've seen enough of our strikers where they go on these hot streaks, and you're like, oh, he's going to be the next big thing, and then.
Yep. Listen, the fact that we're even talking about Christian Ramirez tells you everything you need to know. Because it's not looking good at center forward right now. The fact that we're talking about Altidore, not good. Now, Sargent is at least playing and starting every single game for Norwich. That's got to count for something because them losing as bad as they lost this weekend is not his fault. He doesn't play center back. He doesn't play from midfield. He gives maximum effort. He gets no service. And I know we've been saying this forever. He gets no service. And his agent should be fucking smacked around. Should have found him a better team. But again, I also look at the fact that Farka changed the goddamn fucking formation every single fucking game.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And it smells of desperation. And then there are players he plays and then he benches them. So, I don't think he's found the best starting lineup even. So, I don't know.
And outside of this last weekend's game, because I haven't looked the reviews by fans and stuff of this game, but in weeks past, again, despite the fact that he hasn't scored and despite the fact that they've lost or tied every single game so far, Sargent still gets some of the top marks. He still gets regarded as one of the top players out there.
Yeah, the Norwich fans aren't blaming him.
Yeah. So it's one of those things like as far as second striker is concerned, and I know there's some people who don't think he's a striker, but quite frankly, I would bring him in.
I would too.
And that's not a huge concern of mine because again, I think Pepe's going to play 90% of the minutes, but
yeah.
But go ahead, sorry, you finish.
I was going to say it's Pepe for 75 and Sargent for the last 15 in both games.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think that's fine. And I think
absolutely.
You're not going to bring another center forward anyhow. And I don't know if Hoppy's going to even make the team now based on what's going on at Mallorca. That's not looking
lack of playing time and not because he's injured, right?
It's not injured. So yeah, it's like something weird's going on there. And we talked about it in the segment before, so I won't rehash it. Did you want to throw a shout out to Slonina moving to Poland?
Ooh, no, not moving to Poland.
Well, you heard the rumor.
There's a lot of talk that Slonina has unfollowed all of his U.S. men's national team accounts and started following the Polish national team instead.
Is it true? Did you look at?
Oh fuck! I don't have time to do that shit.
Okay, god damn it. Jesus, that would be horrible if that's true.
That would suck. Yeah, there's nothing more to really say against that. I do have one last concern because I did say I had two concerns.
Oh yeah, you had two. That's right.
Yeah, my last concern is a consistent one with Gregg is that he overthinks things, and we might find out there may be complete line changes between game 1 and game 2.
Man, he better not. That's all I got to say. He better not.
You got more time between games, and it's 2 games. Come on, don't overthink it.
Games. Don't overthink it. Play your best 11 both games unless there's a knock or an injury, and then bring in 5. You can replace half the outfield players. You have 5 subs. Bring them in the 20th minute, the 10th minute. Spread it out. Give guys a basic rest.
In fairness, we've talked about that for the 3-game windows.
Yes.
Play a consistent lineup. You can sub players here and there. Let's say if McKinney needs a break one game, bring in Busio, but still keep the core midfield trio together. And you just make individual changes here and there type of thing. And then guess what? If you don't think Adams can go 90 minutes for 3 games, sub him out at the 55th minute, 60th minute, whatever, between games. Make him play like 60, 80, and then 75 or something like that. Vary it up. You don't need to do line change. Everybody comes in, everybody comes off, and it's the dumbest thing in the world.
Yeah.
And nobody else is doing that. Have you noticed that?
No, we're the only ones doing
doing that.
Wholesale fucking changes game to game. It's just not necessary. When I say wholesale, I don't mean like 100%, but still, the point being
might as
that
well be seven players here, 9 players there.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on.
So, what are your kids going to be for Halloween?
We got Superman and Supergirl.
Ooh, are they when they're related? Didn't Superman hook up with Supergirl? It's not good.
Don't know. I mean, they're both Kryptonians, but they could be. That doesn't mean they're related by any means.
Didn't they have like a super baby?
I know Clark had a baby with Lois, and Jonathan was also endured Kryptonian abilities of the Yellow Sun.
Man, you know a lot more.
Well, please. I know names and I know little bits here and there. It's possible. But anything we've mentioned here is possible and also wrong.
I may be just making that shit up, but I just thought, didn't they hook up once? I don't know.
It's always possible.
It's very possible. I mean, how many different fucking scenarios and comic books have been written? Who knows? I don't.
I'm just concerned how the conception actually occurred between Lois and Superman or Clark, because that just seems disastrous and problematic.
Yeah,
it's faster than a speeding bullet,
Hopefully that doesn't. Well, anyhow,
like a shotgun.
They're done. Like Lois is like through a wall into the next room. All right. Until
glad you went to a less dark area than my mind went there.
Yeah, I didn't want to get that gruesome. All right. I tried to clean it up actually. Yeah. All right, until the
comic book, like just like a hole in the wall, like really weird, like
All right. That's gross enough for tonight. We'll be back for the next and final segment about US. Who are the best US or American managers out there? Again, another one of your questions, but we couldn't jam it into this one, so we're going to do it separately. Okay, we'll
bet you Superman could
like, subscribe. Yes, he could like, subscribe, and we always say share it, but at this point, share it just randomly. At this point, just be like, pick a motherfucker on Facebook and like, hey, bitch, watch this shit.
Type in some random characters on Twitter and post.
Yeah. Like that guy Wax My Salamander with Gusto. Find him on Facebook. He's probably not on Facebook. All right. Cheers.